What's up, gang? This title screen is very, very nostalgic for me. Um, it's it's absolutely beautiful, magnificent. This is actually my second time trying to record this video. You can see I have a few worlds there. We just ignore those. Uh, I actually um did like probably 3 hours of recording and then found out that the bit rate is absolutely atrocious, unwatchable even. So then I had to scrap the whole thing, which was awesome. um and maybe I had died on the adventure too and had to walk like 5,000 blocks, and like, yeah, it was just like felt like a massive waste of time. But you learn from your failures and you keep going and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I'm TJ, some uh or Bubs, if you'd want to call me that. I'm gonna be doing a Minecraft video um every week on Mega Monday. And the idea is that I'll be walking in a straight line, and every new episode is a new version. So the world generation, um, structure generation, everything will change as you go farther and farther in the world. So that's the hopeful goal, and hopefully we can look back on the world and be like literally going through memory lane in a straight line. It's a travel through time, and I think it'll be really interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna title that series that Travel Through Time. There might be a better name I think of. Um, Probably gonna clickbait a little bit, you know. That's what they do on this channel, anyways. So it would be it would be a disservice for me not to clickbait, you know. Um, but right now we are on InfDev 2100 327. While it might sound like a very obscure version, it is actually the first version of InfDev that allows the player to save worlds. Um, while before you were there was no the Minecraft would only use your RAM, your random access memory. It wouldn't save to your hard drive at all. Um, um, I've already recorded this one, so I'm trying to think of things that I need to say in the intro, and I am absolutely blanking because I don't know. This is going to be mostly unedited, um, except for maybe a few cuts here and there, as God intended. I want it to be kind of like a more Let's Play style video. I think that's way more interesting, um, for this kind of thing. The goal for today is we want to go 2,500 blocks in one direction and build a house. We'll be walking 2,500 blocks every single video, at least, in the same direction. And when we get there, we're going to build a base. So if you've ever seen Journey to the Farlands, um, it's kind of similar to that. That's kind of where I got the idea of building a base at like certain locations. Where he was building bases at like millions of blocks away, I'm just doing it every 2,500 blocks. Right now I'm gonna just keep going on my way, go in a straight line. So there's actually no mobs in this version, so we can kind of walk through day and night. This will be the only version without mobs that we'll be playing. Um, but it does make it a lot easier. I will say this early version of Minecraft it becomes very difficult. I don't have any way to get food other than wheat. And if we're constantly traveling, wheat is just not worth it. in like any way. Um, we also don't have F3, so for me to check my coordinates, I have to go into the level.dat file, the data file, and like I have to install an application that allows it to be read. It's it's actually insane. Something interesting about these versions is that because there's no caves yet, so there's no cave generation. Um, so all the ores are found on like the side of mountains. I think only iron and coal exist right now. Um, but like there's not going to be caves for a few videos. Like, and it's kind of weird to think about because it's like the core one of the core gameplays of Minecraft is the cave exploration, right? Like the game used to be called Cave Game. But um in the previous versions like classic and pre-classic, they had like testing for cave generation. And Notch had taken it out when he was doing InfDev because he wanted to focus on trying to make the world infinite. That was the goal. And so you don't want all these variables happening that might not work because you're trying to make the world infinite. So he decided, sorry, I'm yawning. He decided that it was probably a better idea to take it out while he was figuring it out. So any lag spikes you might see in the game, it's not the video, it's not anything like that. The video's locked at 60 FPS. The issue is this version is terribly optimized. So instead of saving the world in a very like optimized way, I don't know a lot about coding. Here's a freeze again. I don't know a lot about coding, but um, so I don't really know what the fix for this it was, but every chunk is a separate folder in your world. So you have your world folder, and then you have a bunch of separate folders for the rest of your world, for like every chunk that's in there, with all the data in it, all the way down to bedrock, right? Or I don't know. Ooh, I don't like that. Um, so that's a big issue. Um, that you will run into if you play these versions is that and it takes up a lot of space like really quickly. I think the world that I was testing out was at like 80 megabytes and I only traveled like 40,000 blocks. So it's like terribly, terribly optimized. I love these lighting glitches. They're just amazing. They remind me of old Minecraft. They were around for so long. Like the lighting glitches were around for like way too long. Well, what I think I'm gonna do is uh get on to walking, and it'll be like a split second for you guys. For me, it's probably gonna be like 10, 15, 30 minutes. Oh my god. Oh, no. Ugh. Fuck. God damn it. Well, I died, so uh, looks like I'll see you guys even longer for me. Short for you, still even longer for me. So, well, okay. So after trying to walk the distance, then dying, and now I'm back at about where I was before. My items are gone, as I thought they would be. But I'm back. I'm here, collecting some wood. Uh, and yeah. Something I really love about this game, especially in the Infinite, the early alpha versions, is just how nice looking the terrain is. Some people might say that this terrain like looks like sloppy and but like you don't see this kind of stuff in like a newer version of Minecraft. You know what I mean? Like look at this. Like it's just some random ass janky terrain that made something that looked kind of cool. You don't see that in modern Minecraft anymore. It's just not something you see. I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool. Um, these um these early versions of Minecraft um weren't actually like put on a launcher anywhere. They were put on like a web page for people to play on. It was it was Minecraft.net. You would go on Minecraft.net and you would play the game on a web page. Obviously, it didn't cost any money at the time, but um, yeah, you would play on a web page, and well, I didn't play it this time. I was able to find this out through forum searching, like just looking through forums at the time, just through Google searching like random questions for like inf dev and stuff like that. And it's really cool to see these forums with really old posts. Like there's one post I found of this guy who's like, I think Notch should add like coordinates so that like we can know where we are and we can like uh go back if we need to find our place, you know? And he was like, you should add them to the debug menu. It'd be really good. And he basically created the coordinate system in F3. That's like used by almost every person who plays Minecraft. That one guy made a post, a suggestion on the Minecraft forums, and that's what happened. There's so many things like this. I think um there was a suggestion for stairs and it was added. Like Minecraft is a game that was built upon community and that makes it so good. And while like Notch is like maybe not the greatest person, um it's it's still like super um interesting to see that. And it makes more sense now why Notch talks about how he got burned out. I mean, if my game was based off community and the community got so big that I couldn't you know, that it just wasn't community anymore, I'd probably get burnt out too, man. I mean, fuck. I mean, that's a lot to deal with. What are we at here? All right, so it looks like we are at just about 2500 on I don't know which coordinate this is. I know it's not the Y. Um but I don't know if it's X or Z or sorry. Z's upwards, right? So I don't know if it's X or Y, but it's one of them. Uh and we should get a move on. This is we need to find a place for a base. I wanted a mountain on the hill, or sorry, I wanted a house on a hill and on a mountain on a hill on a mountain on a mountain on a house on a hill. Um, that looks pretty cool. I like or up there. Let's get some trees and some cobblestone and stuff, and we'll go ahead and get started on that building. All right, I think that's enough wood. Let's let's build it up here. I like this little area. I love that you can kind of phase into the blocks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now this is Minecraft. Hell yeah. I the first Minecraft version I ever played was 1.0. Um I went on a cracked Minecraft site to buy Minecraft Cracked Edition, right? And not to buy it, to get it, because I didn't have any money at the time. I was 9 years old, didn't really have an allowance. Just kind of like trying to play video games for cheap. You know, playing a lot of cool math games, a lot of the free wild tangent games. You know like those wild tangent games where you would like slot the coin in, and then it would load up, and you had only a few free plays of a certain game, but to get around that, you just leave the game open, and then your mom would turn the computer off, and you'd be like, "Mom, you can't turn the computer off. I only have a limited amount of plays." And then and then eventually she stops wanting to hear from me. She's like, well, "What's the game?" And then she buys it for you, and then you like never play it again. Anybody else relate to that? No. Okay. Okay. Well, when I was a kid, that's what I didn't have much enough money for games, so I think I played the cracked version of Minecraft for a few years. Awesome. This is fucking amazing. This is a fucking amazing house I'm building right now. Look at that. Fucking awesome. Um, I mean, the reason why I started this whole series was because I wanted to explore these older versions and like show the little quirks they have, and like kind of try to emulate that excitement that was felt when Minecraft was being updated and around, like during its early stages. Cuz I think that's like really cool to watch a game develop over time, see it grow into like the highest selling game of all time. It's just super interesting. And I wanted to see if I could capture that feeling by playing the game. Its older versions harder. This game is like 10 times harder like this. I don't have any food. I'm gonna actually try to see what I can do about that. I don't have any water, so I can't. How do I? I got one seed, so I want to trample those. I got 6 seeds out of that. Damn, really bad. Well, we should be. I'm gonna double check. We should be at. It's about 2,500. See if I can get a full view of this house, maybe. Oh yeah, look at that. What a beaut. What a beaut.